One site becoming common in school libraries today are makerspaces, or collaborative workspaces stocked with materials and tools for creating, building, designing, and learning. These educational makerspaces harness the intellectual playground concept for the purpose of inspiring deeper learning through deep questioning. Makerspaces allow for connections between making and YA Lit because activities are authentic and natural to learners who become real-world engineers right in their own school libraries. For example, students may write their own instructional pieces, do research, read how-to guides, or read maker-related books. As librarians, we actively seek to build balanced collections of all types of books. Maker-related books can enhance our makerspaces and balance our collections. Maker-related books are books that include any type of maker-related activity, including how to DJ music, music production, coding, hacking, robotics, filmmaking, etc. For example, the book Titans by Victoria Scott about teenage girls who build mechanical racehorses, and Gamescape by Emma Trevain about a dying planet damaged by centuries of abuse. As a distraction to global disease and destruction, two prominent businessmen invent Chimera, a complex and immersive virtual reality video game that becomes the only thing holding up the failing world economy. Gaming, game design, coding, and electronics are all very popular topics with teens, and books about these subjects and more may pique the interest of maker teens. Kristen Sierra says that the love of reading is still an integral part of her library, but encouraging reading is just a part of what her 21st century school library does. She says that her library is a library for students of this generation. She describes it as a creative oasis, a future-ready hub of activity and fun, a place where talking, debating, exploring, and creating are fully encouraged. Her library includes STEM learning opportunities, technology, and tools. Sierra connects making and literacy with what she calls poetry feathers. Inspired by a post in Pinterest, Sierra collaborated with the art teacher at her school during National Poetry Month in April. First, with the art teacher's help, students worked together to design and draw their feathers. At the Poetry Center in the Makerspace, students completed their poetry feathers by first browsing through the library's poetry books for ideas. Then, they either used a favorite poem, or part of one, or created their own poem and wrote it on their poetry feathers. Finally, Sierra created a display in the hallway to showcase the completed poetry feathers. In the library, she created a post-it poetry wall on which students posted their favorite poems written on sticky notes. After seeing the display in the hallway, students and staff alike came into the library to tell Sierra how much they loved it. Sierra reports that the project was a fun way to connect art standards with ELA standards and art classes with the library. Further, this collaboration brought art and poetry-loving students into the library and opened the door to reaching more students who hadn't previously known what was going on in the library. School libraries need to make relevant, authentic resources available to students that will help guide their inquiry and exploration, and to this end, makerspaces are a natural progression for libraries to meet the needs of today's students.